Hey everyone, it's Tyler from the Museum of the American Revolution. I'm here with Florence the cat and Nicole. If you watched our last video, you know we gave you a recipe that you can make from home for hard bread. Today's cooking is a little different. It's something called experimental archaeology. It's going to combine the work of scientists, archaeologists, and historians. A great example of this work is the first Oval Office project, which you can view on our website. We have George Washington's original Revolutionary War tent, Washington's war tent. But we had a lot of questions about that object that we couldn't answer using the real thing. How long does it take to set up? How waterproof is it? How long did it take to make? The only way to answer these, given that the real thing is so fragile we can't take it out in a rainstorm, was to make a new one. So we created a hand-sewn replica that you might have seen at Mount Vernon or at the New York Historical Society last year. So today I wanted to give experimental archaeology a try in my house, inspired by a primary source. Joseph Plum Martin was a real person, a teenage Continental Army soldier that you might have seen at the museum. We use his memoir, his account of his life during the Revolutionary War, all the time at the museum because it gives us a great sense of the nitty-gritty everyday life aspects of serving in the war. So I wanted to read you a brief snippet from the winter of 1777. Martin has just walked into the Valley Forge winter encampment. I lay here 2 nights and 1 day, and had not a morsel of anything to eat all the time, save half of a small pumpkin, which I cooked by placing it upon a rock, the skin side uppermost, and making a fire upon it. By the time it was heated through, I devoured it with as keen an appetite as I should have a pie made of it at any other time. So this is Joseph Plum Martin being so hungry that he eats a half-cooked small pumpkin. Now, if I was really doing experimental archaeology, I would go out, build a fire on top of half of this pumpkin. But we live in suburban New Jersey, and it's really windy and cold out today. So my experimental archaeology project today is not that scientific. I'm not going to learn a lot about how quickly Martin might have cooked that pumpkin. But I am going to give cooking this small pumpkin on some hot rocks a try in my oven. So let's see how it works out. All right, Florence, I'm using a knife, so you got to go somewhere else now. I know, it's sad. So here I am with my pumpkin, which is left over from our community-supported agriculture box from last fall. So I can't guarantee that it's the freshest pumpkin. Joseph Plum Martin might have gotten his from a farm field or from the stores of the Continental Army at Valley Forge. So let's give this a try. I think the stem's gonna come right off. We'll see how it looks inside. Ooh, not too bad. A little bit of mold and gross stuff. Maybe you guys have seen a pumpkin like this when your jack-o'-lanterns get a little tired after Halloween. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and then we'll get it into the oven. Continental Army soldiers cook their foods in all different ways. Maybe they boiled a pot of salted pork over a fire like a campfire. Maybe they roasted meat that way. Sometimes they used camp kitchens, which were ovens, holes dug into a mound of earth that were really efficient and burned very hot, so you could even bake something that way. All I have is my home oven. So to imitate an 18th century hearth as best I can, I've cranked it up to 550 degrees, and I've put a pan with some hot rocks in it. So I'm going to put these pumpkins on top of those hot rocks. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get heated through, but I am going to put them skin side uppermost, just like Joseph Plum Martin, and we'll see how they turn out. So this pumpkin looks like it's heated just about all the way through, and I thought it's a beautiful day for a picnic, so I would take it outside and give it a try. Pretty soft, nice golden brown pumpkin-y color. Looks kind of cooked. Not bad. Tastes like a pumpkin. Today is one of those days, though, where I'm pretty grateful that I just get to pretend that I'm in the 18th century and not live there like Joseph Plum Martin. You know, in 1777, he still had 6 years left of the Revolutionary War ahead of him. So I think I might finish off this pumpkin and call it a day for me. If you have a favorite primary source or a favorite recipe you want us to try, tag us at AmRevMuseum on social media or send us a message and let us know if you happen to have a pumpkin and you give it a try at home. Thanks a lot. No?
I don't like pumpkin anyway. It just doesn't taste like much.